Hello, I am Anawoltos, and welcome once again to another episode of Civilization 3. And this episode is actually being recorded on July 4th, which is a special holiday in the United States, and will probably come out on July 5th. So that's something to just an interesting thing, I guess. But here we go. Here we go. Oh no. Okay. It looks like. There has been a realization by the Aztecs that they are about to be under some heavy attack. And it is due to this that they have chosen to now move against me. And of course, this cannot be tolerated. I will have to do something about this. Okay. But the question becomes, what exactly do I do? Okay, so I can actually get here in one turn, which is surprisingly fast, to be honest. But this area is probably the better choice to move toward. And we can wake this veteran army. So we've got 3 units here. Fighting against regulars, not veterans. That's interesting. The Aztecs apparently do not have a heavily upgraded city infrastructure for them to have veterans. They don't have a lot of barracks, is what I'm trying to say, which of course will work against them in this situation. And I should probably do this and take the other army and send it north as well. And we'll fortify that one here for now. We have ivory, so I guess that's good to know. I can fortify that one here. I don't really see the possibility of a coastal attack coming from India, so I'm going to send up this elite already, just so that I am ready for the next phase in this big war. Okay, it looks like the railroad over here has been completed. So of course the next logical step is to finish the one over there and to then move farther south in order to support the construction. Okay. Two turns for that to finish. And it's done. Good. Looks like we're making great progress. Which one should I go to? Let's just go along the coast. I think that's a nice thing. People like seeing the sea from a railroad. Actually, I don't know. I've actually never been on the seaside on a railroad. I've been on railroads plenty of times. It's just never on the seaside. Whenever I moved by railroads, I usually lived inland, and the only times I've ever been to the seaside is by car. So I actually don't know that much about that. Anyway, let's change production here and go for a bank that is going to keep our income high, unlike my free civ series where I do have problems with my income. Anyway, I think this is a great opportunity to mention that I am doing a rotation, a 5-episode rotation on my current 5 gaming series. So I've got Civilization 3, followed by 0 AD, followed by... Okay, cavalry is good. Ooh, Newton's University. How dreadful. No, I'm not saying it's a bad university. I'm saying that it is not the best of situations for me that the enemy has done that. So following 0 AD, we of course have none other than the one and only... Man, this is really embarrassing. I actually did not memorize the rotation, which is something that I should have memorized, but I did not. So that is why I am currently embarrassed. And somebody's going to be upset because it's going to be their series that I forgot. Okay, I remember. It's GeoGuessr, followed then by Stronghold Crusader, Free Civ, and then back to Civilization 3. However, if I'm seeing a lot of comments relating to people wanting to see a lot of Civilization 3, or any other game for that matter, I might add an extra one in halfway through the rotation. Now, if all of them are equally popular, then of course I can see things changing, but I don't need more wealth, do I? I mean, let's take a look. I don't really need to go 80%. Build more cities. There's not much room left to build cities. I could build some here, but then it's just going to be a problem once my cities expand. So I don't really see a reason to build more cities. So I'm just going to have to build more units instead of alternating between buildings and units. Just start pumping out those industrial units. Get them going. Get them on the go. Okay. And now we've got that going in there. Spacebar for next turn. And here we are. Of course, doing a hit and run, killing one of my units. I'm going to have to deal with that guy pretty soon. But it is good that we have a courthouse. How fast? 80 turns is too much. What we need is granary or temple. Well, it doesn't matter if we have a granary because we're already at max pop, so an aqueduct is actually the correct choice here. And a courthouse has been produced, and it looks like we can produce things relatively quickly in Nara over here, but we still do not have the railroad that is supposed to go through that location. But this is the opportunity that I need to take to attack this elite before it returns home. There we go. And you can replace the unit that was defeated. Okay, I've got an elite and an army. I've got 2 elites over here. And I think that's all the elites for the south. So I need to move these 4 up north. I'm going to wait a tiny bit. I'm going to wait until I've got them all ready and in position before I begin my attack, because otherwise it's just going to be a total nightmare. And now that I think about it, attacking Malinalco is probably better than attacking Tlacopan, because Tlacopan requires me to go through 2 tiles of enemy territory. So with an incomplete movement through this tile, it's 1, 2, 3 moves to attack, which means I can't retreat. Malinalco, on the other hand, is 1, 2, which is a lot better. I should probably move closer to Tlacopan to view its defenses. Okay, Tlacopan is also more heavily defended. Now the question arises, should I use these right here, or to continue building roads, or should I just use the ones over here? I think it's time to allow some of these to automate so that the continent can begin to get some good improvements going. The question remains, which path is the best? This path already has a road on it, so let's go down through here and just build a railroad. There we go. Let's just keep it moving, and we'll eventually join everything up, and then the entire continent will be ready for battle. Well, not the entire continent, let's be honest, but it'll still be pretty good. Pretty good. And that's what matters in this situation, to have a pretty good method to moving throughout the continent, to be able to traverse the land, so to speak. Oh no, I just realized something. It's more efficient to build here and here instead of building here, here, and here. 9 turns? Yes. You can do this in 6 turns. So yeah, that's better. I realized the possibility here to cross through here and then move north, and that is much more appealing than the alternative. So that is how things will end up happening. Anyway, we can change production here to... I don't really need a coastal fortress anymore. Early on in the game, it was relevant in case somebody somehow had a navy more powerful than mine, and to be honest, the AI isn't the best at building a strong navy. They do a lot better with land units, but not with a navy, that's for sure. So right now we're shuffling around 1 unit per turn through here, and eventually that's going to get us a strong ability to see what is going on in enemy territory with all these naval units. Look at that. We have vision on their entire west coast. That's amazing. That is what I like to see in a navy. Vision on their entire west coast. They can't move a boat out to sea without us seeing it. On the other hand, the east coast is not the best. Let's be honest. It needs some work. So what I'm going to do probably is I'm going to keep all these units here, and then when I take Malinalco, I'm going to shuffle them up so that I have vision up here. Well, I could move this one to the other side. Well, no, there's no port here. But Texcoco is not very far from Malinalco. However, Tlacopan looks like the next obvious target to take. Okay. We have 2 elites and an army. I think I think it's worth attacking. Let's use the elite first. Hopefully the tile is empty. Yes, the tile is empty. That's one move. 2 moves remaining. Attacking Malinalco. We can install a new governor. There is some stinking resistance. That's right, they are stinky. They need to get washed, okay? You need to clean yourselves up. Wash yourselves off. Make sure that you are presentable and healthy. Okay, I'm going to send this one up. Shuffle this one over. Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Kalaxtlahuaca is probably a better target, or just as good a target as Tlacopan. But what makes it a better target is the strategic value due to the strategic resource. If we can remove their source of petroleum, that can give us a significant advantage moving farther in the game. I need to actually check, not here, what exactly does oil, what unit specifically do we need? Does oil, what unit specifically necessitate oil? That's the way to phrase it. Okay, battleship, bomber, carrier, destroyer, F-15, fighter, helicopter, jet fighter, mech infantry, modern armor, panzer, paratrooper, stealth bomber, stealth fighter, submarine, tank, and transport. Okay, so transport's really not the worry here. A tank, yes, we don't want them having tanks. Submarines, essentially the late game naval units, we don't want them having those, neither the air units or the mechanized infantry of those. Okay, good. Modern armor, mechanized infantry. To be more specific, if we look here, what that means is that their most advanced units would be these various infantry units. Late game, well, it's not late game. This is the late game, but it is the second half of the middle game. You've got a few infantry units that they can have, and a bunch of other stuff that they can't. And that gives me a huge strategic advantage. Although that means that if they do have the most advanced tech, which they don't even seem to have advanced production. Look at that. They've got spearmen guarding their cities. Now, to be fair, I also have some spearmen still, but not in the main areas that I want to defend. So let's... Oh, there you go. Attack an army? Are you kidding me? With a regular? That's not a good strategy. Not a good tactic, anyway. Walls. Very good. Marketplace. Courthouse is what we want in Jaipur. I can bomb them, but... Well, bombard, but I don't want to. I really don't. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. I should not do that. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Fortify you there. So now we have vision here, and that's fine. I can move you up a bit. We'll see. If I move you there, there, and there. Okay. We should still be able to see the units that come out of Teotihuacan, but we can also see Tlaxcala. And this then allows me to do this. There we are. Now we have a bit better vision. There are a couple of interruptions, but I think we really make up for them in the strength of units that we have, and also in our ability to outpace them if they do try to escape. Meanwhile, the army is wounded. However, moving into this territory right here in their in an area that is heavily inside their road network really is going to be a problem for them. So that is a good thing, I suppose. Okay, we have replaceable parts in one turn, so that is going to really help us a lot. Ooh, we've got 2 coming out. So pretty soon we will be able to continue our attack. I'm going to send you south to going to send you to Madras, actually. I still want to get the roads built a bit more before I start pulling the army out of Delhi. Although, to be honest, the army in Delhi is probably a bigger priority, but it's good to move some units up. Now the best location to move it to, throughout here we're safe, and the next target is Kalixtlahuaca, or Kalixtlahuaca. I apologize. I don't speak Nahuatl. I don't. It's just a fact of life for me. You know what? I can send this one up as well. No reason to have both of them remain there. Okay. Okay, now we can move south, and we have completed that railroad. Let us continue building. And so for next time, we'll be able to probably link everything up, and we'll send everything through. So this is 5. So on flat terrain, next turn I should be able to finish the railroad here, which then will also link through Bombay, which means we only waste 1 turn of movement. So that's good. Now, I don't know when these guys are going to finish. But everything seems to be fine here. Just going to station the boat here in case a rogue vessel appears. A vessel without proper identification. And we wouldn't want that, now would we? Texcoco is probably a good target as well, but it won't take care of their cavalry attacks. Let's actually check the Civilopedia for saltpeter. Does cavalry require saltpeter? Yes, it does. Okay. So once we've taken care of this town, we can go for Texcoco, and hopefully that will take care of your saltpeter supply. And once we've done that, we will definitely have an advantage. And then we can perhaps go after their coal. And then we will be able to roll over the rest of them. Yeah, so it's a good thing that they have a lot of their strategic resources in the south. At least, especially good for this situation where I'm attacking them from the south toward north. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Please tell me what you thought in the comments below. If you do happen to leave a dislike, please tell me why. It's one thing to just say, oh, I didn't like the video, but I'd at least prefer to know what it is that you didn't like, or what it is that I can perhaps do better, or if I somehow offended you in some manner. I really would like to know so that I can make things right. I like to make things right. So thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time on Awiltus. Over and out.